It's time to think smaller. Hey, it is Upside Down Week, where we are looking at the contradictory and counterintuitive ways that you can get to your next level of success. Now, I've got a good friend who has the Think Bigger real estate show. You should totally listen to it. It's really, really good. And I just want to bring in a counterpoint to the idea of thinking bigger, which is that many of us are going to get to our next level of success by thinking smaller. What I mean by that is thinking and looking at the very specific granular activities that lead to your success. Many people are good at thinking big goals, thinking about the things that are going to happen over the course of the next months, years, even decades. And what we don't focus often enough on is the little granular things we have to do every Tuesday, every Wednesday, day in and day out. But the reality is that 70 to 80% of your life and the results that you get from your life are from all the little tiny things that you do day in and day out, week in and week out. They're not made up of the big, massive, giant initiatives. Instead, your life is made up of all the tiny micro steps that you take each day. And I want to encourage you this week to take a look at how you can learn to think smaller, to think about how am I spending this 15 minutes of my day each day, because that 15 minutes spent each day is a lot bigger than the big 3-week project that you work on over time. How am I making sure that I'm taking care of the things that matter most in my business, just a tiny, tiny bit each and every day? We can begin to think smaller. When we start to think smaller, well, something great and amazing actually happens, is we get to have a win every single day. We don't have to wait until the end of the year in order to have won. We don't have to wait until the end of the month in order to have a victory in our lives. Instead, we can say, man, I did these few things, these few small things really well, and boy, I'm beginning to have some big results as a result of it. So let's today do something a little bit different, a little counter. We are going to think smaller.